evaluated to prevent any possibility of a recontact with the International Space Station.
Why do I have the tone? What kind of tone?
The space station about to cross the southern coast of Australia. We have moved into an orbital sunset. This track will carry the space station and its crew members across the Pacific Ocean and back into daylight a short time from now.
Вань, там по сигнализации может
so for the tone, you may have tone indicator occasionally, but if no message is shown, then everything is okay. It's just, it happens sometimes. It catches something and then just immediately stops. It's just when I actively moving, it starts picking something up. Shall we do the cooling? Shall we cool down? So, prior to going to battery power, we'll switch it to 6. And we should be doing it now because we'll be depressing the airlock and then leak checking the...
While the cosmonauts are completing their pre-breathe activities prior to putting their suits on battery power following the depressurization of the Poist airlock a short time from now, you're looking inside the Columbus module of the International Space Station. 2 NASA astronauts, Don Pettit on your left, Butch Wilmore on your right. They're busy with experiment activity, setting up cameras for one of the experiments in the Columbus module of the International Space Station. So even though the spacewalk is the dominant feature of today's work on board Expedition 72, experiment and maintenance activity is continuing. And again, this view from a balcony camera in the Russian Mission Control Center in the town of Korolyov on the outskirts of Moscow, as Russian flight controllers in charge of today's spacewalk prepare for the depressurization of the Poist airlock and the beginning of today's spacewalk by Ovchinin and Wagner that will be measured at the point of the Poist's airlock hatch opening.
6,5 минут до конца десатурации.
6:30, 6 minutes 30 seconds till the end of pre-breathe.
Once the pre-breathe procedure, this is a common procedure in which the two spacewalkers are breathing pure oxygen to cleanse their bodies of any nitrogen in their bloodstreams. Once that's complete, the Russian flight controllers will give the go to begin the depressurization of the Poisk airlock. This is done in a two-step fashion so that final leak checks and communications checks with the two spacewalkers can be accomplished prior to the time that they would transition their Orlan suits to autonomous power, battery power if you will. That is the precursor to the opening of the hatch and the start of today's spacewalk. It is expected to last approximately 6 hours and 45 minutes or so. We'll see how the work progresses and keep you up to date on the phased elapsed time, the elapsed time of today's spacewalk. That will begin once we receive the official confirmation from the Russian flight controllers on what they are measuring the elapsed time from at the start of hatch opening. Again, a variety of tasks on tap for Ovchinin and Wagner. The installation of a X-ray experiment that will be installed on the outside of the service module. The remover of connector patch panels from two workstations on two sides of the service module itself, and the installation of new patch panels with the old ones earmarked for being discarded or jettisoned in a bundle at the end of today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts will also remove a series of material science and biological samples panels that have been affixed to the outside of the Poisk module, gathering data, and will relocate a control panel on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module from one location to what is called the launch base point, to which one end effector of the 37-foot-long European robotic arm is attached.
Дим, 3 минуты до конца десатурации.
Хорошо, давай тогда
All right.
пробежимся по шагу 9.1.
Let us work on step 9.1 for pre-breathe.
Поехали.
Let's start.
Пневмокран отключен.
O2 flow selector is off, OFF.
Регулятор основной. Баллон основной.
Primary regulator, primary O2 tank,
основной насос.
primary fan, primary pump.
Так, основной передатчик.
And primary transmitter.
БСС, десатурация, сброс отсека.
On Orlan interface unit, pre-breathe and airlock depress.
Открыт бленкер О2 open.
O2 vent open.
Да, все совпадает.
Yes, everything correct.
Тогда, Леш, по моей команде по
Now,
окончании
Леша,
десатурации начнем с пункта 9.2.
when you are done with pre-breathe,
Счетчик
we'll
обнулится,
go
сразу
to
говорим.
9.2. And you may reset the counter.
2 минуты до конца.
Will do, and actually I have 3 minutes to go. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, the International Space Station flying off the northeast coast of Australia, moving from southwest to northeast across the southwestern Pacific Ocean at this hour. The crew members on board the station working on a variety of tasks. As far as the two spacewalkers are concerned, they're in the final stages of their pre-breathe activities. In the Poisk Airlock, suited up in their Orlan suits, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, ready to begin the depressurization of the Poisk Airlock and the start of today's spacewalk, dubbed Russian Spacewalk 63. And as mentioned before, inside the space station on the left, Don Pettit, on the right, Butch Wilmore, working on experiment activity and the setup of cameras and other equipment in the Columbus module as research continues on board the complex, even as the two Russian Roscosmos cosmonauts prepare for today's 6-hour, 45-minute excursion.
The timer for pre-breathe is reset. Copy.
Так, готовы включить инжектор.
Ready to activate the injector. O2 flow selected to injector position, please. And you will see a counter, the timer starting for 5 minutes in the top right corner. And injector LED is illuminated. And now pressure relief valve of SOPHO needs to be open and monitor the pressure in the suits. 530 is now pressure in the compartment. Pressure in the suit is 02. 500 in the compartment and 0.25 in my suit. 470 and 03. Copy. 440 and 0.35. Copy. 0.39. 400 in the compartment and 0.38 in the Orlan suit. Copy.
Так, при давлении 300...
Pressure of 350. Yes, at that time you may open the KSD2, the pressure relief valve number 2. Check O2 flow selector. Check in. And suit pressure 0.38.
И контролируем, что должно прийти сообщение около 100 миллиметров, что при
Now stand by for message of pressure in the MRM2 of 100 millimeters and then report to the ground.
Так, давление в отсеке 270.
Right now the pressure is 270 and 0.38 in the suit. Copy.
В отсеке 230.
230.
В скафандре 0.38.
This is Mission Control. The pre-breathe of pure oxygen is now complete for the two cosmonauts in the Poisk Airlock. depressurization of the Poist airlock is beginning. This will take a few minutes to accomplish, the crew running just a few minutes behind their pre-spacewalk timeline.
1 minute.
And we'll keep you updated as the depressurization down to vacuum continues. That will set the stage for the two cosmonauts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, to place their suits on battery power and then to open the hatch to the Poist airlock to mark the start of today's spacewalk.
Pressure is 180 in MRM2, and pressure in the suit is 0.38, and the same for EV2. Copy.
Отсеки 150.
150 in MRM2 and 0.38 in the suit. Copy 0.38.
Отсеки 120.
120 in MRM2 and 0.38 in Orlan suit. Copy. Very good. And 8 seconds to injector deactivation. Copy.
Включение, ребят, важно отключить и покачать, убедиться, что в фиксированном положении отключенном и индикация инжектор на остеклении не горит.
And after after the injector is turned off, then please check if on your collimator, on the visor, there is any indication of injector.
На экранах скафандров.
Check if there is a message for injector on your suit display. I now have 0.37 in the suit.
Once today's spacewalk begins, it will mark the second spacewalk for Alexei Ovchinin and the first for Ivan Wagner. Ovchinin conducted the first spacewalk of his career back in May of 2019 with Oleg Kononenko, a 6-hour, 1-minute spacewalk in which the two cosmonauts installed handrails on the Russian segment near the Poist module and removed and replaced a number of experiments on the exterior of the Russian segment.
Alexei, what is the pressure per vacuum gauge now? 70, copy. Good. Now the pressure is 60 per vacuum gauge and pressure in the suit is 0.37. Copy. Now the pressure in the suit is 0.36. Copy.
Давление в отсеке 50.
Now the pressure is 50 in MRM2 and pressure in the suit is 0.36. Copy.
Давление в отсеке 40.
Pressure in MRM2 is 40. Pressure in the suit is
Леш, у тебя пока
inaudible.
нету сообщения, да? В подстрочке там ничего не написано в нижнем левом углу.
Alexei, in the bottom left corner of your display, do you have any message now? No.
Да, здесь у тебя чуть попозже срабатывает, ближе
Your
к 20.
indication is slower.
Сейчас сработало
Okay,
при давлении, что 20.
I see it now.
Открыто ВКД.
Now there is pressure of 20 in MRM2 and O2 open EVA indication. I have it now. Okay, and Ivan, what do you have now? 0.39.
Миллиметров по моновакуумметру.
So 20 millimeters per vacuum gauge, so you should have O2 open EVA
Принято.
on online interface unit display. Yes, copy.
Давление 25.
Pressure is 25 in the compartment, and in the suit, the pressure is 0.35.5.
Хорошо.
Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. If you're just joining us, two Roscosmos cosmonauts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, are suited up in their Russian Orlan spacesuits in the airlock of the Poisk module on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station, as they have completed the pre-breathe of pure oxygen to cleanse nitrogen out of their bloodstreams, and are in the process of depressurizing the atmosphere in the Poisk airlock down to vacuum in advance of the opening of the hatch to Poisk to begin a planned 6-hour, 45-minute spacewalk in which they will install an X-ray experiment package on the outside of the Russian segment, remove and replace a series of connector patch panels for electrical connections on the Zvezda service module, remove several material science and biological sample experiments from the outside of the service module and the exterior of the Poisk module, and relocate a control panel from one area to another at the base of the Naoka multi-purpose laboratory module that governs the operation of the European robotic arm, the 37-foot-long arm that is attached to Naoka, and which will be operated today by cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov from a workstation inside the Russian segment. This will be the 272nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly maintenance and upgrades, the third spacewalk conducted out of the International Space Station this year, the first for Expedition 72, the second for Ovchinin, who is going to be wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes as extravehicular crew member number 1. This will be the first spacewalk for Ivan Wagner, who will be wearing the Orlan suit with the blue stripes.
Давление 12.
Pressure is 12, 1, 2. opening caster 2, pressure relief valve, and closing caster SO. Copy.
При закрытии КСДСО текущее давление в шлюзе. Скажи, пожалуйста, по манолакометру.
Okay, now that KSDSO is closed, please tell me the pressure per vacuum gauge. Stand by.
Текущее давление 8 миллиметров.
8 millimeters is the current pressure. And both KSD pressure relief valves are closed. Yes, they are. Stand by for 5 minutes. And then we will do final leak check of MRM2. And you may get ready for that. That will be step 10. MRM2 final leak check. Copy. Okay, starting the timer for 5 minutes. Copy.
Everything quiet on the loops here in Mission Control in Houston, as well as the Russian Flight Control team's loops in this balcony view of the Russian Mission Control room in their control center outside of Moscow as the depressurization of the Poisk airlock continues. We're expecting that to be completed in the next few minutes with a final communications and suit leak check to be conducted before the two cosmonauts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, place their suits on battery power prior to opening the hatch to Poisk to begin their spacewalk for today.
Inaudible.
The space station is flying without any issues, 260 statute miles above the Earth, flying at the moment over the northern Pacific Ocean in a southwest to northeasterly trajectory that will carry the complex and its crew members over the Pacific coast north of Vancouver and Calgary, across southern Canada, and then back out over the northeastern United States between New York City and Boston.
Леш, скажи, пожалуйста, текущее давление
Леша,
Мими-2 по
what's
Monoblock.
the current pressure in MRM2, please?
Текущее давление 9 миллиметров.
9 millimeters is the current pressure. Copy.
Пять минут контроля прошло, Леш.
5-minute timer has elapsed. Report the pressure, please. 9 millimeters.
Мы в допуске меньше 2
Copy.
миллиметров.
It's within
Заходите, начинать
the
работу.
tolerance.
По абоненту 7, шаг 11, переход на автономное питание. Можно работать.
You may proceed to go into autonomous power and temperature control handle to 6. Copy. Temperature control handle is in position 6.
Основной насос, вентилятор.
Now primary pump, primary fan, primary transmitter, yes. And the back.
This is Mission Control Houston, a view of the NAOCA multi-purpose laboratory module from external cameras on the International Space Station. We are moving back into a daylight pass over the Earth. Right in the middle of your screen, you can see part of the European robotic arm that is at the base of the NAOCA module. This is a 7-joint arm that extends, for when it's fully extended, to 37 feet in length. At the very top of your screen on the right side, that bulbous module is the Prishal multi-node module, a docking port for Russian visiting vehicles. The European robotic arm will be operated today by Alexander Gorbanov from a workstation inside the Russian segment. Later in today's spacewalk, to move Alexei Ovchinin around into position for the jettisoning of a bundle of items to be discarded that will occur near the end of today's spacewalk, which is scheduled to begin shortly. Final leak checks of the cosmonauts' suits in the Poist airlock is underway, with the depressurization of the airlock almost complete.
Okay, on the support panel, disconnect the heat exchanger, power. This is on top.
Once the hatch to the Poist module is open, the cosmonauts will install a protective ring around the circumference of the hatch just to protect it against any micrometeoroid debris hits that might occur during the spacewalk. Wagner will be the first to exit the Poist airlock. He will adapt himself to the spacewalk environment for a few minutes, this being the first spacewalk of his career. He will take some of the equipment and a bundle of tools, tethers, and hardware outside on a handoff from Ovchinin before Ovchinin himself moves outside of the airlock to begin positioning themselves at their first work site along the Zvezda service module to install the container that houses the all-sky monitoring experiment. That experiment is designed to detect, record, and downlink X-ray celestial sources with the monitoring of celestial X-ray emissions, the imaging of the Earth, the investigation of spectral characteristics of radiation, and to investigate the radiation background of X-ray sources against the backdrop of the Earth itself. This is the view of the Poisk module itself. We will be seeing the two cosmonauts emerging from the airlock a short time from now. They're running a few minutes behind schedule. The cosmonauts will be easily identified once outside, with Ovchinin wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes, Wagner the Orlan suit with the blue stripes.
Okay, now umbilical. Yes, disconnect. And after you disconnected from the suit, then you can. Inaudible. What did you say? Okay, umbilical is disconnected from the suit, and then Orlan interface unit to O2 evade closed position. Okay, let me reach here. It seems to be too far away. Maybe too difficult to be here.
It's fine, actually. And then once you hook it up, put it to O2 closed. I mean the BSS to O2 closed. Copy. Alexei, do I understand it correctly that both Orlan interface units, both umbilicals are disconnected and in direct config? Yes, that's correct. And the BSS Orlan interface unit handle is in O2 closed, all right? And what are you seeing on the Orlan pressure gauge now for EV1 0.36, EV2 0.36.5? And what are you seeing on your display again? EV1 417, EV2 408. All right, that's great. I'm going to hand it over to Artyom, and I'm going to talk to you during repress. Yes, thank you.
And as you can hear, the depressurization of the Poisk airlock is complete. The two cosmonauts about to transition their suits to battery power and then open the hatch to the airlock to begin today's spacewalk.
How are you feeling today? Are you ready to work? What did you say? How are you doing today? In the mood to get some work done? Yes, we are. That's great. And we are approved to start hatch opening. So you're gonna go ahead and get started. Please confirm that all the hardware and tools are secured. Yes, everything is secured, all the tools and equipment are secured. And make sure that you are tethered, that both of your suits are tethered. Yes, for EV1 and yes for EV2. Copy. In that case, you can start opening the hatch. Please get the hatch tool and put it in operating position. And the emergency opening screws should be fully released, fully unscrewed, threaded out. Yes.
This is Mission Control Houston. Depressurization of the Poisk airlock complete. The two cosmonauts have now placed their suits on battery power and we're standing by for the opening of the hatch to Poisk to begin today's spacewalk.
There's this bundle here, so be careful with it. Pull it towards yourself. All the screws are out and both latches are opposite each other. Copy, and you'll go for hatch to off. Stand by. All right, let's do it. Okay. Hatch 2 is in position. Copy. Is it in operating? Yes. And I'm going to start opening it. Yes, you go for rotation. All right, so the rollers are coming out. Copy. Unintelligible. It actuated. Should I keep the hatch still like this? Yes. And the please hold the pusher handle until the full pressure drop. And when you see the hatch just slightly open, please report. All right. So the pusher handle. Yes, I can see the opening. Artyom, how copy? All right, so hatch is open. EVA time starts now. Open the hatch. Please release the hook from the handrail and hand it over to Alexei. This is panel 201. All right. Are you holding it? Holding it. Okay, let's release it like this. Stand by. Let me detangle it and straighten it out. It doesn't matter, Ivan. Just keep it like this. Open it. Yes, you'll go to open it.
This is Mission Control Houston. The hatch is now open to the airlock on the Poisk module. Spacewalk 63, the Russian Spacewalk 63, officially underway. The official start time of today's spacewalk, 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner will be emerging from the airlock a short time from now. Wagner will be the first to move out of the airlock as the two cosmonauts work to install a protective ring around the circumference of that airlock hatch. Again, the official start time for today's spacewalk, 9:36 a.m. Central, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. The view you're looking at is the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station. This is not Poisk. At the very top of your screen is the Prishal multi-node module, a docking port for arriving Russian vehicles. And at the bottom is the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module that was launched in July of 2021. And at the very bottom of your screen, you can see one of the end effector areas of the European robotic arm that will be used under the operation of Alexander Gorbanov from a workstation inside Naoka later in today's spacewalk to maneuver Alexei Ovchinin, who will be the first crew member, first cosmonaut to actually plant his feet in a foot restraint at the end of the European robotic arm to be maneuvered around the vicinity of the work sites of the International Space Station's Russian segment.
Wait. Right there it is. Let's try this direction. Beautiful. Beautiful it is. Breathtaking. Okay, the hook is attached. Ivan, go ahead and retrieve the protective ring. This is Alexei. EV hatch is open and secured, and the tether slack is also gone. It's retracted. All right, and you'll go for protective ring ops. For reinstall, make sure that the white markings are aligned with the black markings on the hatch cover, and make sure that the lanyard, the safety lanyard, is not in the way. All right, the ring. Can you see it? Stand by, let me move down. All right, I guess I'm going to have to turn it. All right, I see the marks. Counterclockwise. Can you move it more, even more? Back now? Okay, I can see it now. Yes, just like that. Yes. Something like that. Mine is installed, same for mine. All right, so the protective ring is installed. Ivan, Let's start the spacewalk. And make sure that the fixed length tether hook is outside, it's secured. You mean the short one and then long tether? Yes, that's correct. Okay, stand by. Wait, I think I got tangled up here on one of the bundles. Stand by. Move back. All right, so the tether is routed through the light here. Okay, tether through the light, and please look to the right light assembly. Wait, do not move. Wait. Oh, I see it. Is it the bundle? Yes, that's correct. I can't even see it. All right, that's it. Are we go for sublimator activation, or we should do it outside? The hatch.
This is Mission Control Houston, just about 7.5 minutes into today's spacewalk that officially began with the opening of the hatch to the Poist module at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. This is a view of the Poist module. You'll be seeing Ivan Wagner and Alexei Ovchinin in the field of view a short time from now. The protective ring around the circumference of the open hatch has been installed, and the two crew members are in the process of activating cooling systems while Wagner begins to adapt himself to a spacewalk environment in the early minutes of the first spacewalk of his career.
There's nothing here that's holding you. EV2 has regressed. Copy.
And confirmation that Wagner is now outside of the Poist module. He'll be receiving the X-ray experiment package and what is called an EVA bundle, basically a container of experiments, and that also houses a new connector, a pair of connector patch panels that will be installed on two areas of the Zvezda service module during today's spacewalk. That will precede Ovchinin joining Wagner outside of the Poist airlock a few moments from now.
Let me release it. Let me remove it. Oh, okay, that's released now. Am I go for sublimator activation? Yes, you're a go for sublimator activation. Put it in position 3 or so.
And just to the left of the Strela boom, the telescoping boom that is used to move personnel and hardware around the Russian segment of the station, you can see the movement of Ivan Wagner, extravehicular crew member number 2 wearing the Orlan suit bearing the blue stripes. He is outside of the airlock receiving equipment from Ovchinin and setting up tools and tethers before Ovchinin joins him outside in the vacuum of space.
Alexei, can you help me? With what? With the sublimator. Okay. Yes, it is on now. Is it on? Is it in position 3? Yes, 3 for you. This is EV1. Can I turn the sublimator on because it starts fogging up here? Yes, Alexei, you're good to turn the sublimator on as well. Copy.
Если надо, там друг другу помогать.
Also, help each other if required. Yes. My sublimator is on. This is EV1. Copy. Okay, so position yourselves.
Good close-up view of Ivan Wagner, Expedition 72 flight engineer and one of two Roscosmos cosmonauts conducting today's spacewalk along with Alexei Ovchinin.
Yes, you need to adapt yourselves to the environment, and also Ivan and Alexei, let's make sure that the cooling is on. I haven't felt anything for now. We'll actually set it to something lower than 3.
This is the 99th day in space for Ovchinin and Wagner, along with NASA astronaut Don Pettit, who launched on a Soyuz vehicle from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Back in September, their mission to continue through their landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan next April.
Snowflakes here, just looking at the back. It's not snowflakes, it's pieces of dust or something. But if you see something, I guess the cooling is on. Yes, I'm feeling the cooling now. And there shouldn't be any ice or snowflakes coming out from the sublimators. They're clean. No, it's not snow. It's just dust. There's so much dust that came out from MRM2. Well, I guess we got the module cleaning done at the same time. Okay, so I'm ready to receive the EV bundles. All right, Ivan, you're saying that you're adapted now and you're ready to start operation. Yes. So let's go ahead and get started with instructions. And EV1 and EV2 feel the cooling. All right, so I'm going to give you some time to cool off because you're pretty warmed up. And then you can set it to 3, let's say. Copy.
Так, начинаем с укладки крылок Б, как договаривались. Выводим ее в сторонку.
Let's start with the crewlock bag. We're going to take it out and put it to the side, and then we're going to start patch panel ops. Copy.
Так, Вань.
All right, Ivan.
Карабин крылок Б.
Crewlock bag. I'm holding it.
Подожди, не тяни.
Wait, do not pull.
Так, подожди.
Wait.
Так, один зафиксировал.
One of them is secured. All right, so are we going to keep it here? Let's try to secure it on the circular handrail. What did you say? Move it in the direction of your feet. Copy. Well, Artyom, we're going to use this circular handrail that's around the EV hatch. That's where we're going to attach it. All right, that works. Make sure that it's not in the way, that's all. Okay, currently it is 60:24 and 60.
16 minutes into today's spacewalk by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner.
Well,
Wagner is outside of the Poisk module receiving hardware from Ovchinin, who will join him outside momentarily. The spacewalk began at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. A spacewalk in which the two cosmonauts will install an X-ray experiment package on the outside of the Russian segment of the station, remove and replace a series of connector patch panels from two work sites on the Zvezda service module, and remove a number of materials science and biological sample experiments, as well as relocating a control panel for the European robotic arm on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module.
Over. Alexei, we are seeing you too. All right. So the most important thing now, the MVN, all sky monitoring units, Monoblock. I'm holding it. Wait, stand by. Let me get the tether here. Is it secured now? Yes.
The International Space Station currently flying 260 miles over the Atlantic Ocean, midway between the east coast of South America and the west coast of Africa, in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. Cosmonauts are getting their tools and tethers and equipment set up. The first task will be to move out of the Poisk module onto the Zvezda service module to begin the installation of what is called a monoblock, basically a package that contains the all-sky monitoring experiment. This is a new payload designed to detect, record, and downlink X-ray celestial sources.
I'm holding the second tether. Okay, I'm taking it out.
And you see that package, that is the monoblock containing that X-ray experiment package.
Is outside. Copy. Okay, let me move closer to the hatch edge. Can you move here and take the second hook there as well? Then I'm going to have to lower this one first. Well, I think you're going to have to egress first, and then we're going to rearrange the hooks. That's why I wanted to figure out the tethers first. Well, yes, because it could be an obstacle to you taking this unit out. Those tethers, those hooks got first. So it's just more difficult to take the bundle out in this config. You're dropping out, so I only have copied, which said copy. side, I mean the hook of bundle 2, it is attached now. This is the bundle of connector panels, all right, Alexei, and you're going to proceed with the other hook. Okay, let me secure the second one. Copy. I got the message that the gas temperature is high. Copy. Should you drop it on the MVN unit right away then? Yes, let's go ahead and do that. All right, it is secured on the MVN monoblock.
Так, и сейчас еще контейнер поближе.
And let me move the container closer and position it here.
This is Mission Control Houston, just over 23 minutes into today's spacewalk. Outside of the Poisk airlock, Ivan Wagner and Alexei Ovchinin are getting all of their hardware set up before they move to the Zvezda service module for the first task on today's docket, which will be the installation of the X-ray experiment package known as a monoblock on one of the workstation areas on the Zvezda module. That Zvezda module, 24 and a half years in operation now, having launched in July of 2000 on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Once that package is installed, they will begin work to replace a pair of connector patch panels on two sides of the Zvezda service module. This will involve the demating and remating of a number of connectors. That will be the most time-consuming activity in today's spacewalk that is planned to last about 6 hours and 45 minutes.
Second container was tethered near EV hatch inside, and I'm ready to egress. Copy. You are go to egress, and then we'll need to make a pause. Copy. Okay, we can see you are egressing, Alexei. I secured fixed length tether. Secured adjustable tether. Copy.
Включаем шлемные камеры, и надо будет постоять немножко.
Let's activate the helmet cameras, and we'll need to make a pause. Copy. Careful.
Both cosmonauts outside now. Alexei Ovchinin, extravehicular crew member number 1, right next to the Strela boom. He is wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes. The two cosmonauts will soon be activating helmet cameras so that we can peer over their shoulders as they conduct their work throughout the course of today's spacewalk.
Зафиксировал один транспортировочный фал.
Secured one equipment tether from connector patch panel bundle. I attached it to my short tether. Copy. Can you hold it for now? Stand by.
Взял.
I took it.
Где там фиксирующий плат?
Okay, where's the connector patch panel? It's on the right. Yes, I see it. That's where it should be. Inaudible.
In the middle of your screen, in the Orlan suit with the blue stripes, is Ivan Wagner in the early stages of the first spacewalk of his career, as he and Ovchinin continue to collect all of the hardware that they will move to the workstations on the Zvezda service module a few minutes from now.
Do you see the video? Yes, I can see a green LED. So do we need to activate lights? No. In eclipse.
If you're just joining us, this is the 272nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades, the third out of the International Space Station this year, the second for Ovchinin and the first for Wagner, who today became the 269th human to walk in space.
Okay, Ivan activated his lights and camera. Now please hold the bundle and I will activate mine.
Так, поможешь мне? Так, давай я подержу.
Okay, let me hold it. Yes, go ahead.
Давай, держу.
I'm holding.
Так, светодиод есть?
I have LED.
Есть первый фонарь.
First light.
Второй фонарь.
Second light. And the other one. Copy.
Да, вижу оба.
I can see both.
Да, оба. Так.
Both of them.
Спасибо.
Okay, thanks.
У тебя сейчас два фала.
And you have two tethers on left and right from the bundle, and the bundle is under the backpack. Come again? Okay, it's now in a different location. Look at your tethers, don't get them bundled. Okay, I think I untangled it, now it's fine. Okay, now we need to orient ourselves. Can I start, Artem?
Ты проходи чуть дальше, да,
Yes.
Алексей стоит на месте, держит.
Ivan, you can come further, and Alexei stays in place and holds the bundle.
Можете положить о своих тепловых ощущениях?
How are you feeling temperature-wise? EV1 is fine, EV2 is fine. So it was cool, but we'll start working and warm up.
Тебе надо в сторону ног твоих идти. Да, я
You need to go towards your legs. Yes, I understand. I have a tendency to go up.
This is Mission Control Houston, 32.5 minutes into today's spacewalk. Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner outside of the Poist Airlock, working deliberately to collect all of their hardware that they will transport over to the Zvezda service module a short time from now. The first task of today's spacewalk will be the installation of an X-ray experiment package on Zvezda before they begin to replace connector patch panels on two sides of the Zvezda module.
Ты уже на третью плоскость сходишь, да?
Unintelligible.
Да, а тут вариантов.
Yes.
Небольшой перерыв связи.
There was a brief LOS. We're back with you.
Принято.
Copy.
Так. Сейчас.
Okay. I'm nearby. Yes, don't go far away. You need to take the bundle. So please take the bundle, then I'll reattach the handrail and we'll move on. Okay, let me swap tethers. Feels like I'm nearby. I'm ready to take the bundle. I'm holding it. I've let it go. Copy. Well. Okay, you're pressing into me. Let me turn around.
Так, я подошел, готов взять укладку.
Okay, I'm here and ready to take the bundle.
Давай с твоей стороны.
Let's do it on your side. Can you give it to me?
Вижу просто тебя. Давай, сверху, там за ручку не
Can you take it from above on the handle? Artem, I can't take it on the handle from the top. You can do it but carefully. Do it, but be careful. Okay, I'm holding it. I've let it go. Copy.
За 12-ю плату, может быть, даже пройти, чтобы у вас размах был побольше.
Ivan, and you can get wider behind the funnel well and work with feathers. Okay.
Мы, наверное, снизу пойдем, вот здесь, вот под этой...
Okay, we will go below. Yes, and you will go from below and you'll be looking at it well. And we have some kind of hardware there. Should we go above it? We'll attach the handrails and go below. Can we secure the bundle above and go below? Well, we'll try to pass here. Above this piece of hardware.
Иван, вот насколько я вижу тебя только краем глаза.
Иван, I can see you.
Сейчас атака ПП.
And in front of you, there's a piece of hardware. And on your left side, there is panel 12. Are you near the BTN right now? Because I don't see on the camera. Yes, I'm at BTN. Yes, you need to pass it from above. From above, that's right, because I can't go from below. There is hardware interfering. I'm almost there. Please continue moving in this direction. Stand by. Your tether gets tangled on the cable. Which one? You have your tether under the cable and you are pulling on it. Copy. Okay, now you're free.
Получаем видео с нашлемных камер.
And we are getting video from the helmet cameras. Okay.
Вопрос, зачем этот БТН сюда?
Why do we have this BTN here? Just in case.
Вань, когда ты перейдешь, можешь, пожалуйста, посмотреть еще раз на шлемную камеру?
Ivan, Can you look at your helmet camera once you finish translating? Okay, I'll check it out.
Так, ты предлагаешь за 12 перейти сразу, да?
So you're suggesting to go behind panel 12. That's right.
Я достану там, нет?
Will I be able to reach?
Сейчас получается?
Are you getting the video now?
Сейчас пока твою нет еще.
I'm not getting your video yet, but there is a delay.
Светодиод горит.
My LED is illuminated. I can see it. Copy.
Через 3 минуты будет тень.
We have sunset in 3 minutes.
Да, терминатор видно.
Yes, I can see the Terminator line.
Потяни за фал, чтобы укладка. Да.
Pull on the tether.
Я здесь, наверное, сейчас подзависну.
I think I'll hang around here to take the bundle from you.
Да, вот если вот сюда чуть-чуть.
Yes. Give it to me here.
Во. Давай.
Okay, a little bit more.
Еще чуть-чуть.
A little bit more.
Взял.
Okay, I'm holding. I'm letting go.
Там что-то кабели где-то зацепили.
I think you're stuck to some cables. It's just some tension. Let me swap tethers.
This is Mission Control Houston, 48 minutes into today's spacewalk by Roscosmos cosmonauts Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. This is a view from the helmet camera on Alexei Ovchinin. We'll be getting views from Ivan Wagner's helmet camera shortly. The spacewalk today, the 272nd in support of space station assembly maintenance and upgrades, began at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time, with the opening of the hatch to the Post airlock on the space-facing side of the International Space Station. Ovchinin, who is EV-1, extravehicular crew member number 1, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes, and Wagner, who is EV-2, wearing the suit with the blue stripes. They moved out of the Poist airlock, installed a protective ring around the circumference of the hatch to the Poist airlock, activated cooling systems, received all of their equipment as they moved outside of the airlock, and now are beginning to move toward the Zvezda service module for the first task of today's spacewalk, which is the installation of an experiment package called a Monoblock that contains a new payload named the All-Sky Monitor. This payload will detect, record, and downlink X-ray celestial sources. International Space Station is flying 260 statute miles over the southern Indian Ocean, about to move from southwest to northeast on a track that will carry it across the west coast of Australia.
Did you open sun visor, Ivan? My hands are busy.
Смотри, там вот МВН-1 впал. Если где-то ты найдешь,
So,
красным, который...
if you can see the MVN tether number 1, I would like it in front. If you could pull it in front.
Под своим, получается, то сейчас обмотал вокруг своего.
But it's under yours now. You wrapped it around your tether.
Так, вот карабин. Да, только...
Okay, here's the hook.
Вокруг своего длинного фала он...
But it's wrapped around your long tether. Yes, I see. Okay, here it is. It's on the other side of the Bataan base point.
У нас через минутку может перерыв связи на минуту быть.
There may be an LOS in about a minute. Copy.
Также мы сейчас не наблюдаем видеосвязь.
We're not receiving any video right now.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are in between a handover from one tracking and data relay satellite to another. We'll be regaining our downlink television from the International Space Station momentarily. We are approaching the 1 hour mark into a planned 6-hour, 45-minute spacewalk by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. They are in the process of arriving at the work site on the Zvezda service module for the first task of today's activities, that being the installation of an X-ray experiment package on Zvezda that will be followed by the removal and replacement of a pair of connector patch panels from one workstation on the service module to another. There are 2 sets of these connector patch panels, a total of 4 in all, that will be disconnected and replaced with new connector patch panels. The Zvezda service module was launched in July of 2000 on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, almost completing a quarter century of operation as the hub of the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
We have come AOS, and we are continuing with our translation. Copy. Where are you at, guys? We're not seeing the video. Well, we're passing platform 12, or plate 12. Copy. Okay, and you got the tether? Yes. Okay, let's move further. When you have a second and your hands are free, could you please try and toggle the switch on your helmet camera one more time? Well, are you talking to Ivan or Alexei? Ivan.
Хорошо.
Will do.
Сейчас нажал кнопку.
I pressed the button. Are you receiving the video? We copy. There is a small delay.
Светодиод горит зеленый.
The green LED is illuminated. Copy. I think I'm pushing against something. Did you get to the large diameter? Not yet. Copy. Well, just wanted to let you know that the thruster inhibits are in place and you have a go to translate to the large diameter. Copy. I'm right getting close. And you can leave the bundle with the attachment plates there. Let me just get there. Holy moly.
Не торопись, а то успеешь.
Slow is steady, steady is smooth, smooth is fast. Don't rush it. I know it's a challenging area to move through, considering all the cables. So please, take your time. Take breaks. Route everything correctly.
Да, тут добра, богата.
Right. There is a plethora of everything here. And then there is unintelligible. You can secure your tethers to it. Do you mean my soft tether?
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour into today's spacewalk by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. They are at the work site on the Zvezda service module.
All right, I'm on the cone.
Where they will begin to set up their tools and tethers for the installation of the Monoblock, as it is called, basically a payload container, in which is an X-ray experiment called the All-Sky Monitor that is designed to collect data on X-ray sources from not only the Earth but deep space.
Just a little bit lower. Ivan, we are receiving the video from your camera.
Хорошо.
That's good.
Здесь налаживается.
It seems like it's working out here.
Так, сейчас от МВН отцеплю.
Let me disconnect it from the MVM. Okay, I have disconnected it from the MVN monoblock. Right. Okay. I have it secured across from V14. Copy. Alexei? Do you have enough reach? Okay, got it. I can move closer a little bit. Okay, but you are pretty taut there. All right, this one is going to the MVN monoblock.
And there you see dueling helmet cameras. On the left, Alexei Ovchinin. On the right, Ivan Wagner, as they are setting up shop on the Zvezda service module for the installation of the X-ray experiment package.
It's like a tripod.
Move
towards your feet so that you could rotate. Okay, I see it. I have it secured to the handrail. Right. It's kind of more convenient here. And move along the handrails. Just please remember that the handrails are pretty long, so use them in parallel. Well, I hope. Well, I mean, it would be great if they were parallel everywhere. Okay. Can I move further? Yes.
1 hour, 6 minutes into today's spacewalk. Ovchinin and Wagner are at the work site at the Zvezda service module. The lights from their helmet cameras illuminating their work as they fly just to the north of New Guinea from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean.
Pull the tether and press. A little bit, go a little bit back to the stanchion. Hold on, give me a second. All right. Okay, I have translated and I got it. Alexei, we're going to be rotating the solar array. It needs to be perpendicular. And we'll stand by till it's completely rotated. Copy? Copy? Just as an FYI, the pressure in the primary O2 tank is 352, and in the suit, 038. That's for EV1. For EV2, 348 and 038. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour, 14 minutes into today's spacewalk. You're seeing views from the two cosmonauts' helmet cameras, Alexei Ovchinin on the left, Ivan Wagner on the right. This is the 272nd spacewalk in support of ISS assembly maintenance and upgrades. the third conducted out of the ISS this year, the second for Ovchinin, and the first for Wagner.
No, Artyom, where is the soft tether here?
You're hearing interpreted communications between Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow and the two cosmonauts as they work outside in the void of space. They are setting up equipment along one area on the exterior of the Zvezda service module for the mounting of an experiment package called an all-sky monitor, which is an X-ray detection experiment. That will be followed by the replacement of 4 panels, 2 sets of 2 panels apiece on either side of the planes, as they're called, of the service module. These are electrical connector patch panels, old ones to be replaced by new ones. Those are the first 2 tasks of today's spacewalk that is expected to last about 6 hours and 45 minutes. The spacewalk began with the opening of the hatch to the Poisk module, the airlock on Poisk, at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time.
Ivan?
Скажи, пожалуйста, вот такое положение солнечной батареи позволит...
The positioning of this solar array, well, is it okay for you to work with the plate? I don't see it.
Сейчас.
Copy.
А у тебя немного сзади, справа.
And it's a little bit behind you to the right.
Но на самом деле...
Well...
Лучше бы не надо, иначе я ногами не силюсь.
It would probably be better not to have it there.
Ну, если есть возможность, да.
If it's possible.
Сейчас визуально.
Visually now.
Батареи где-то, 70 сантиметров.
It's about 70 centimeters to the battery from my feet.
О, пошло движение.
All right, let us check.
Выхода из тени меньше 5 минут уже.
It's less than 5 minutes till sunrise. Copy.
Так что, надо, наверное, тогда взять? Да, наверное, бери.
All right, should I take it? You can.
Так, тяну к себе.
All right, I'm pulling towards me. Got it, I have it. You have it? I have it. I have it handed over to you. Artyom, this attachment plate, is that also part of the whole assembly? So, and here is the soft, here is the gap spanner. It's the YKTS that I mentioned.
The sunrise is near. What does the future hold for me?
One hour, 23 minutes into today's spacewalk, Ovchinin and Wagner working at the area of the Zvezda service module in preparation for the installation of the package of X-ray experiment hardware. It is called a Monoblock for an experiment named the All-Sky Monitor. The International Space Station is flying over the North Pacific, soon to swing just to the north of Vancouver before it makes a pass across the central United States.
The distance to the array is approximately 1 meter from my legs, so this is nominal now. Copy, and the array is currently feathered to zone 13. While the long one is attached to the foot restraint, and you're going to have to move to that side, all right? So let me figure out the restraint first. At least I can see where I should be moving right now. Yes. The tether is released now. It is in nominal configuration. Artyom? Can you move on the right side? Well, I wanted to ask you if I can be holding onto the wrist there. Yes, you can do that, of course. I just need to. I just need to hold onto it briefly. Yes, you can use all of the handrails for that, except for the ones with red markings. The red, black handrail at the base of the R&D workstation, as far as I remember, right? Yes.
At the top of your screen, you can see the blue stripes on the Orlan suit. That is Ivan Wagner, extravehicular crew member number 2. His spacewalking colleague, Alexei Ovchinin, is at the very bottom of your screen as they set up the hardware for the installation of the X-ray experiment package. This is the first task of today's spacewalk as we approach the 1 hour, 30-minute mark into the excursion.
I'm gonna turn around, I guess.
Ты можешь посмотреть на адаптере УРМД?
Could you please check the URMD workstation adapter? Can you see the white markings on it? Yes, I was able to see them. Well, I have almost reached my crew quarters. I think you need to swap your tether hook, move it a bit farther, and you can leave the boxes in the same location. Well, I'm going to have to move down anyways later. And I'm not sure if the length is going to be sufficient or not. So let me swap the long one then. Same for MVN Monoblock tether, because you won't be able to reach it later. The MVN tether is here. So I feel that I got something tangled up on my leg. This is Icarus. This is Icarus that has been parked here. Let me move down a bit. It feels like I'm floating right in the sky, so just move a bit more. I'm holding it. Yes, I've released it. EVA elapsed time is 1 hour and 30 minutes.
This is Mission Control Houston. Once again, we're in a handover between communication satellites on the Tracking and Data Relay satellite system. We'll pick up our video from the station momentarily. The station currently flying over northwest Canada, moving from northwest to southeast in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. Just over an hour and a half into today's spacewalk, Ovchinin and Wagner are installing the Monoblock, the payload that is the housing essentially for an X-ray celestial source experiment called an all-sky monitor. This is the first task of today's spacewalk that will be followed by the removal and replacement of a series of connector patch panels from 2 workstations on the Zvezda service module, the removal of material science and biological samples panels from the area surrounding the Poist module, that's the module that contains the airlock from which Ovchinin and Wagner exited just over an hour and a half ago, and they'll be relocating a control panel for the European robotic arm that will be operated today by Alexander Gorbanov from a workstation inside the Russian segment of the station to move Ovchinin around. He'll be the first cosmonaut to actually ride at the end of the 37-foot-long European robotic arm for the positioning and jettisoning of a bundle of discarded items near the end of today's spacewalk.
Over the boom, so it's right between the fingers. Is it it? Yes.
Сейчас на 3 минуты нет видео.
We are video LS for 3 minutes. Please broadcast your actions. Alexei, you're getting closer to Ivan. Are you ready for the install? Yes, I'm still getting closer, and we're not quite ready for the install.
Смотрю, как мне лучше расположиться.
I'm gonna find the best position for myself.
Так, Артем, а фиксирующие платы
Артем,
зафиксировать за якорь?
can I attach the conductor patch panel on the foot restraint and remove it from myself? Let me turn.
Так, укладку с фиксирующими платами.
So the connector patch panel bundle has been released from my body and also from the MVN monoblock. Copy, Alexei.
Сразу одним карабином подстраховать.
Yes, you can use one hook to secure connector patch panel number 20. What was that?
Сразу карабины МВН.
You can use the MVN hooks once we install them.
На фиксирующую плату.
You can drop those hooks on the connector patch panels.
После установки уже.
Ты имеешь в виду...
After the install. Do you mean the inaudible?
Так. Смотрим.
Well, let's see.
Как? Так, стоит.
Well, all right. It is in place. Yours is not fully in. Can you move it towards me first and then down? Like it, no, actually, it is still protruding. Well, should it be like that? No. I'm gonna pull on it. Actually, should it be installed oriented towards my direction? Oh, this one, I mean, this should be actually on both sides. It should be inserted on both sides. Wait.
Так, у меня вошло.
All right, mine is in.
Так, на себя.
I'm gonna move it towards myself.
Не проходит что-то.
It's not going through for some reason.
А может выкрутить надо? Может...
Should be threaded out. Is there a wing knob that's protruding? Make sure that the wing knob is fully threaded out from the adapter, and you should be able to see the white marks. Thread it out even more, even more. Okay, so right now the latches are aligned with the stops.
Так, на себя.
Pull towards yourself more.
Завел. Все закручено.
All right, so it's in. You can thread it in now.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour 39 minutes into the spacewalk. The view from the helmet camera of Ivan Wagner as you're looking from his perspective at his spacewalking colleague, Alexei Ovchinin, in the process of installing the package that contains the X-ray celestial source detection experiment called the All-Sky Monitor onto a bracket on the Zvezda service module.
Use the tool to make a half turn, and then you're going to see the tab.
Ты можешь уже не держать МВН.
You don't have to hold the MVN unit anymore, and let's talk about the protective covers. All right, let's do that.
Карабин транспортировочного фала, как говорили, может быть.
Equipment tether hook, as we discussed, can be dropped on the cover, and then we're going to figure out what would be best to remove it on Alexei's side. All right, so let's make sure that this one is fully threaded in. Then I'm going to be able to hold on to it. Yes, here is the ring. And this is the second ring on the bottom. So I guess I'm going to use the top one. All right, it is fully threaded in. This is Ivan, Alexei.
This is Mission Control Houston, continuing to take views of the walk in space by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, installing the monoblock containing the X-ray celestial source experiment called the All-Sky Monitor. They're checking out all of the connections for this experiment.
Okay, Artem, the tether is now secured, and I'm going to hand over the tether end to Alexei once he's done with his work.
Все, закрутил.
All right, it is fully threaded in, and I'm going to move the detent down. Yes, make sure that you see the detent tab. This is going to prevent it from threading out.
Все, фиксатор повернул.
All right, so the detent or the restraint is fully in. Copy.
Леш, да.
Alexei, could you please take the tether and secure it on your side? Which tether? Safety tether, which is attached to the ring. All right, so I'm gonna do it now then. Yeah. And I'm gonna move around it, I guess. Yes, copy.
Да, теперь можно работать с фиксирующими платами.
Now, you'll go for connected patch panel operations.
Вань, насколько тебе Икарус мешается?
Ivan, is Icarus in the way for you? How much is it in the way? Well, I'm going to see if I can move here along the short radius. Well, I think if you move it side first, then you're going to make it. All right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to give it a try.
Пройти-то я пройду. Главное, чтобы Икарус не отвалился.
Well, as for me, I'm going to make it through here, but I want to make sure that the Icarus does not fall off.
Алексей, и, соответственно, надо перестраховать второй транспортировочный.
Alexei, you're going to have to swap the second equipment tether. And as we have discussed, we're going to start from that. So the MVN tether is secured, the one that was on my side. So I secured it on the cover ring, the cover that we'll have to remove. Do you mean cover 2?
Да, я во второй.
Yes, second tether is secured on cover 2.
Ты говорил по поводу.
Да, я думал, что вот это...
And what we're saying again, so I was thinking that we're going to use that tether to secure the old connector patch panel number 20. It's nearby.
Нам надо все равно страховать.
We still need to secure it before we remove it. So, well, get it done. No problem. Copy.
Теперь дальше вот вам вопрос.
So moving on.
Вдвоем работать над платой или каждый будет над своей?
What do you think? Are you going to be both working on the connector patch panels, or are you going to be doing separate tasks?
Да, слушай, в принципе,
Doing it separately.
я думаю, мы вдвоем.
Well, I think we can work on it both.
То есть, Алексей, ты будешь извлекать плату?
So, Alexei, you're going to be retrieving, removing the connector patch panel, and Ivan will be in charge of the new patch panels. Well, actually, Ivan, for example, is going to remove number 21, and I'm going to remove number 20. So both of us will get to do it. Okay, copy. Ivan, do you have a tether to secure the old connector patch panel? Stand by, let me check. Well, inaudible. I think there is something that's in the way on the box. One equipment tether is attached, the one that's going from the MVN module. So one hook is attached to the MVN handhold, and the other one is wrapped on the old connector patch panel, number 20, the panel that we're going to remove. Copy. And what about the handrails? I guess they're too far. It would be easier for you to use the foot restraint. Well, can I attach both tethers on it? No, you're going to drop a short one on it, and then the second one you can secure in the circular handrails. Then the tether length will be sufficient for panel ops. So I guess you can secure one tether on the soft tether. For example, you can take the long one and secure it on the short, right here. Here it is. So long one goes here and short one there on the foot restraint. I need to swap, I guess. Got it. Wow.
Так, ну что, поехали. Сначала снимем старые блоки.
Wow, let's go. Let's remove the old panels first. Secure this one. Do you have the tether? This is it.
Ну, давай.
Large, small. Okay, we can use that one. You can drop both of them on the foot restraints, and also you don't have to remove panels simultaneously because you can mix up the connectors, and it's going to be easier for you later on if you don't do to install the new ones. All right, so let's do patch panel number 20 first, and then Alexei will unbundle the cable, uncoil it, and Ivan is going to proceed with patch panel 21 ops.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour 49 minutes into today's spacewalk. The first task, the installation of the container with the all-sky monitor X-ray detection experiment that has now been installed on the Zvezda service module. And the two cosmonauts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, are beginning work on the removal of 4 connector patch panels from 2 separate workstations on Zvezda, 2 sets of 2 panels apiece. The old connector patch panels will be part of a bundle of items to be discarded and jettisoned by Ovchinin off of the end of the European robotic arm at the end of today's spacewalk. The International Space Station is now crossing the northern coast of Venezuela, moving from northwest to southeast at an altitude of 260 statute miles.
Well, all the connector patch panel have been removed, as well as all the connectors. Copy. I'm going to check once again. The tether is secured. Copy. All right. The patch panel is removed. Copy. Ivan, Alexei, I have a request for you. We did not talk about it. Once you start bundling up the all connector patch panels, make sure that the MLI flap is not fully closed, but can you make sure that they're facing each other? This is necessary to avoid them just hanging around. So the vehicles will be facing outside, but the actual flaps, which is a bit afraid right now, those should be between the plates. Should we try the lurker clip to lurker clip config? Then the MLI flaps will be on the outside. Well, we need to make sure that both MLI flaps are facing each other. All right, so we're gonna check that once we get to it, once we start bundling them up. All right. Let it float for now. Copy. Well, I'm gonna unbundle this bundle. Yes, and once you start doing that, make sure that enable that there is a tether for each of them. Yes, of course. Here it is, the bundle. I'm going to release them now. Yes, of course you can release it now. Where is it? I can't see it. It's in the back. I'm going to hand it over to you in a second.
Okay. So let me see, this is panel 20, right? Let me secure my tether.
Доложите о ваших тепловых ощущениях.
Please report your feelings temperature-wise. EV1 is feeling fine. EV2 is good. Copy. Okay, let's go.
Так, я здесь распаковал. Сейчас, подожди тоже.
Okay, I demated. Please stand by.
Ты куда полетел-то?
Where are you?
Ясный.
Like a bird.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Повторите, что полетело?
Could you repeat what's floating away?
Это Ваня полетел.
Vanya is floating away.
Знаете, такие слова.
But he didn't fly away far. Well, it's kind of scary words for an EVA. Well, I said flying like a bird. Okay, this is panel 20. Okay, this is 21.
As we approach the 2-hour mark into today's spacewalk, The International Space Station is currently flying 260 miles over the Amazon jungle, moving from northwest to southeast. Ovchinin and Wagner currently in the process of removing and replacing a series of 4 connector patch panels, electrical connection areas for functioning of the Zvezda service module. This follows the installation of an X-ray source experiment on Zvezda that completed the first task in today's spacewalk, the 272nd spacewalk, in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades.
Stand by. Is that it? Let me check. Please do a wiggle test. Did it go in? Yes, it did. Unintelligible. Is this the right one? Yeah, it didn't go in.
Когда вставляете, немножко колечко потянуть.
Try pulling on the ring while you're inserting it. Maybe you can't push it through the ledge. Let's remove this. I don't see it. It's covering my view. Shall I hold it? No, just stand by. Please take white cable. Maybe I'll be pushing and you'll be pulling the ring.
This is Mission Control Houston. We've hit the 2-hour mark into today's spacewalk by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. It got underway at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. The 2 cosmonauts
We're interfering with each other.
who are currently in the midst of what is the 3rd spacewalk out of the International Space Station this year, the 2nd for Ovchinin in his career and the 1st for Wagner. They've already installed an X-ray experiment package on the Zvezda service module and now are working in tandem on the installation of 4 different connector patch panels at 2 different work sites on Zvezda.
Copy.
2 часа 1 минута.
2 hours, 1 minute is the deviation. the time. Copy.
У меня предложение, да, сейчас.
I have a suggestion.
Сейчас разложите разъемы.
Please spread out the connectors on the connector patch panel and let's make a pause. Okay.
Так.
Okay. This is for
22 у меня.
22. I have 22.
Вот это вот. 20-2.
It's 20-2.
20-й плате у нас разъемы, начиная с 20-2
So it's
и заканчивая
20-2 through 20-6. All 5 connectors, all of them go to connector patch panel 20.
Все эти собрали. Так, 23.
Okay, this is 20-3.
Второй, 21.
Artem, shall I start working with panel 21? Copy. Do you need him?
Я только что
Vanya?
особо ничего не делал.
I'm not doing anything.
Принято, да,
Так,
готовности, да.
Okay, copy. You may proceed.
Алексей, а ты сфотографируешь, как ты разложил?
Alexei, did you take a photo of the connectors?
Давай после МВНовского.
Может, ее пока не закрывать, нам все равно 22 нужен.
Maybe we shouldn't close it yet because we'll need 22.
Да, ее может пока не закрывать, но все равно к ней разъем от МВН будем стыковать.
Because we will need to connect the MVN connectors.
Ты пока снимай проволочный фиксатор с этой платы.
Alexei,
Можно повязать на старую его.
please remove the wire tie and attach it to the old plate.
Я решил снять сначала.
I decided to remove it first.
Просто на камере не видно. Так, чтобы маркировка разъемов попадала в кадр, повернуть таким образом разъем.
And please rotate connectors in a way that the labels are visible.
Зафиксировал 21 плату.
Okay, I secured panel 21. Copy.
Large small.
Unintelligible.
Принято.
Copy.
Здесь.
Okay, this one is here.
Здесь.
Station Moscow on SG1 for Alexander regarding electron purge in MLM.
Артем, что там про Zvezda был говорил?
Could you repeat your last?
Как ты страховал фиксирующую плату?
I was just asking, how did you tether the connector patch panel? You don't have to use the adjustable tether for that.
Хорошо, да. Adjustable я зацепил за якорь, чтобы
Okay.
глубину выбрать.
I hooked the adjustable tether on the foot restraint to take out the slack.
Так, снимаю плату.
Okay, I'm removing the patch panel.
Так, я снимаю видео.
Okay, I'm taking a video. I rotated connectors so the labels are visible. Copy. Thank you. Alexei, you may remove equipment tether hook from this panel.
This is Mission Control Houston. The two cosmonauts continue to work with each other in the replacement of a series of connector patch panels on the Zvezda service module on two different locations. 4 panels in all. The old connector patch panels will be bundled as part of items to be discarded by Ovchinin at the end of today's spacewalk.
Or secure the panel that Ivan is removing, and you can also remove the wire tie from the panel that you just installed. Copy. I removed the equipment tether, detached the hook from panel 20. Copy. Ivan, did you remove the old one? I removed the old one. Okay, please hold this. It's on red. Okay, I took it, so I'm removing. Let me secure it with the tether. Okay. Okay, I'm getting the new plate to the work site. I'm removing the wire tie from installed panel 20. Copy. And you can tie it to the old panel. Okay.
The view from the helmet camera for Alexei Ovchinin, wearing the Orlan suit with the red stripes as EV1, or extravehicular crew member number 1 today. This is Ovchinin's second spacewalk, having accrued 6 hours and 1 minute of spacewalking time back in 2019 on his initial excursion outside of the International Space Station with cosmonaut Oleg Kononenko.
Power cycle it. But first remove the adjustable tether. What adjustable? Your adjustable tether.
The view 260 miles below of the South Atlantic as the International Space Station flies smoothly on, moving from northwest to southeast on this orbit of the Earth.
Your adjustable tether Let it stay where it is for now. Artem, I shouldn't have removed the adjustable.
Просто у нас не допускается такое использование его.
It's just, it's not allowed to use it this way.
Да? Специально, чтобы фиксироваться.
I didn't know that. I thought it's supposed to be used for tethering. Okay, 5.
У вас картинка-то есть?
Do you receive the video? No, we're not receiving video from you.
Ну, в общем, укладываю обратно.
Okay, I'm putting back.
Получается пятых.
На слове укладываешь, у нас
Put it up.
Этот кабель не позволяет.
The cable doesn't allow me to do this.
и укладываю нас сразу.
We had a brief handover. We didn't hear you last.
Ты уже укладываешь разъемы.
But my understanding is that you are securing the connectors. What? Nothing.
Потому что у них кабелей нет.
No,